Epic. Good to be back with you. Teacher Tony here. We are in the Gospel of Luke. I'm going to be with you all week. Yesterday we read Luke chapter 4, verses 14 through 44. And it's just basically Jesus is getting his ministry going, and people are starting to learn about who Jesus is, and he's healing people. And so we're going to pick it up in Luke 5, and we're going to be in verse 1 through 16. And this is where Jesus is going to call his first disciples to the scene. So grab a notebook, and here we go. It says this: one day, as Jesus was standing by the lake of Gennesaret, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but let's go with Lake G. People were standing there crowding around him and listening to the word of God. He saw at the water's edge 2 boats, left there by the fishermen who were washing their nets. He got into one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon, and asked him to put out a little from shore. Then he sat down and taught the people from the boat. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch." Simon answered, "Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let the nets down." When they did so, they caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. So they signaled their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord. I am a sinful man." For he and all his companions were astonished at the catch of fish they had taken. And so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. Then Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will fish for people." So they pulled up their boats up on shore, left everything, and followed him. We're going to continue in verse 12. It says, Jesus heals a man with leprosy. While Jesus was in one of the towns, a man came along who was covered with leprosy. When he saw Jesus, he fell with his face to the ground and begged him, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said, "be clean." And immediately the leprosy left him. Then Jesus ordered him, "Don't tell anyone, but go, show yourself to the priests and offer the sacrifices that Moses commanded for your cleansing as a testimony to them." Yet the news about him spread all the more, so that crowds of people came to hear him and to be healed of their sicknesses. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. So there we go. We got the scene set. Jesus calls his first disciples to follow him. We got Simon Peter and James and John, and just marveling at what he had done with their experience fishing. And then Jesus heals another man with leprosy. So hopefully you got some good information there. And if you have any questions, jot them down. And it was good to be with you. We'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.